Criminelli, what's with the increase in officers shooting their partners these days?
I don't know. It's not good.
Hi friends, welcome to today's badge cam lesson here at Active Self-Protection. I'm your host, John Correa.
And I'm your co-host, Mike Williver. Today's video comes to us from Knox County, Tennessee.
It's a mess.
BakerTargets.com is where I get the targets you see me shoot all the time on Active Self-Protection Extra. They ship fast, their prices are great, and they have all kinds of targets, both for competitive shooting, defensive shooting, and fun too. Check them out.
Officers are here to serve a warrant. We have audio, let's listen in.
Will you stop it? See? Alright, you stop it.
They were going to be okay, but I know he needs his mom. I'm going to let you use my phone. Hey, Dwayne, is this dog friendly? Okay. What I need you to do is put him up for me, okay? Okay. Can you put him up? I know he's probably friendly, but I know we're strangers. And here's some of this. I'm here for there's two reasons I'm here. Okay? Her son's had a wreck, and I'm trying to get them in contact because I've got family that live in Jefferson City, and I know that they know her. Okay, thank you. So here's the other thing.
Come on now.
Look at her.
Come on.
They talked to this guy a bunch. I've sped it up simply for the sake of time. You can go watch the original. Link is in the description if you want to listen to all of it.
Charlie 21.
Hey! What's it dog? Come on!
Don't shoot my dog. No, don't shoot my dog. He's a friendly dog. God damn. Man, what's going on?
Got 647 on Brickyard. Good officer's been attacked by a pit bull.
Two officers are stationed at the back porch so that if they run off, they're able to catch him. Let's listen in here. It's going to get hairy.
Oh. Fozzie! It's Fozzie! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Watch out.
Ah! Ah!
Are you okay?
No, you shot me!
Oh, no. Are you okay?
No, man! Oh my!
Are you on out?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
It's Fozzie! It's Fozzie! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Watch out.
Ah!
Are you okay?
No, you shot me!
Oh, God. Are you okay?
No, man! Ah!
Echo 7, 1081.
Ah! Oh my God!
No, 1081. Echo 7, 1081.
Ah! Ah!
I hit her. I hit her. Help me.
It's all right. Here. You calm it down. I got it.
No.
I got it. Hey, you're all right. Talk to me.
What? Yes.
Talk to me. Is it just the leg?
Yeah.
The one leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll be in route. Charlie 5, our copy as well. I'll be in route also.
Tell me when it starts really hurting. The tourniquet, okay? Is the tourniquet hurting yet?
No.
Keep twisting.
We got to get 47.
They're coming. Jordan, I told him already.
7, we need a 47.
7, we need 47. Hurry up.
Are you okay?
Charlie, we started 47.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you okay?
Just keep her talking. Keep her talking, Jordan.
Lady, you're going to be fine. You're going to have a hell of a story here.
The officer was treated for her injuries. They did get her to the hospital. She is expected to make a full recovery. The dog was not hit by the gunfire, was surrendered to animal control. I don't know what happened to the dog from there. And quite frankly, I don't even know what happened in terms of the warrant service here. Oh man, what a mess. I mean, I pretty much think that's a violation of the partner code.
Yeah, I would definitely be having a long talk with my partner after this one.
Now, Mike, I know the second half of this one is going to be, a shambolic display, right? But I think the first half here, this officer who comes up to the porch is going to see the dog first, have to start to talk to this family to try to serve this felony warrant. I think he handled himself like an absolute pro. I think he did excellently in keeping the temperature down and being officer friendly.
Yeah, I agree. I really feel like as an officer, especially coming to someone's home, I can't say enough about how important it is that even if the arousal level of the people you're dealing with is super high and they're agitated and mad and mad that you're there or whatever, I think at this point you just got to try to be the one to bring the temperature down or keep it down. Don't run in hot. In a bad mood. Whatever other things have happened to you that day, leave them in your squad car and go deal with this warrant. I'm a big fan of right off the bat, hey, could you put your dog up? Put your dog in an inside room for me. If something happens, I don't want to have to hurt your dog. I don't want to pepper spray your dog. It's a pit bull. He seems friendly, but let's just get the dog out of the equation if possible. Some people will comply with that because they love their dog and they don't want the dog to get hurt. So I think that's the best option early on. If you can do that, all the better.
And he did that, right? So what a good job by him here. He's like, hey, can you do me a favor, put the dog up? You can see her kind of, dragging the dog off, but it didn't get put away all the way and then ends up getting out again. And that's where the problems end up. So again, I just really think great job on that part. Go back and watch this for just excellent verbal skills by that officer and very good kind of, hey man, we're here. We've got to do this thing. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but you know what we've got to. And so I just think that kind of verbal training and de-escalation skills, incredibly important here. Now, as we go over to the other side, here is where the shambolic display is going to end up showing up because the dog ends up getting out again and jumping over where it's got unknowns, where it sees the fact that, oh, I've got, an intruder on my property. Now, of course, Mike, I don't blame a dog for being an alerter and going and investigating what the heck is going on its property. But of course, the officers are over there for a purpose as well. And once that dog starts running at you, is that dog coming over to say hi? I think the body language here definitely, tail is down and head is down. And that to me says, holy cow, man, this dog wants to turn me into a chew toy.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I can't tell you how many times me and my partners got chased around by dogs. I had a pit bull for a number of years. It was my daughter's friend's dog. We took her in. The dog came with her, and I love that dog to tears. Lily, rest in peace. She's passed away recently. World's friendliest pit bull. She was my therapy dog. I loved her to death. However, there is, generally speaking, there is a warranted reputation that pit bulls have for being aggressive. They are aggressive dogs. That just is what is. And the problem with pit bulls versus a Chihuahua is, if a pit bull gets a hold of you, gets a hold of an arm or a leg, or God forbid your head, or any meat it can get its teeth into, they are extremely strong and they are extremely dangerous and extremely aggressive. So you can't take a lot of chances with pit bulls. I've fortunately never had to shoot one during my career, but I've seen a few shot in the field, and it was when the officer, or usually the deputy actually, had no choice. The dog was aggressing them very aggressively, was coming towards them, snarling, and about to jump. And these deputies and officers waited until the last second, but they had to do what they had to do. There was no time to pepper spray the dog. That wasn't going to work. Pepper spray works on dogs, but if the dog's already flying through the air, there's just no time. Pepper spray is not going to take effect before that dog picks a big old bite out of you, and that's the last thing you want.
Yeah, and listen, I'm a pit bull lover too. I owned one for like 5 years, and it's just like yours, Mike, most gentle animal and friendliest guy you ever met. But again, they have a well-earned reputation for being biters and for being large and having incredible bite strength. So I don't blame the officers for going, oh no, this dog is a threat of great bodily harm to me. This isn't the ATF ha-ha jokes, they'll shoot your dog or anything like that. These officers are there because they're serving a warrant, a felony warrant here. They're there for a flight risk. Okay, fine. Now the dog comes up and the officer gets knocked over by the dog, man. I've had dogs aggress on me too. And yes, this is exactly what can go down. And then of course now she's shot, right? And of course, let's talk about from, Deputy Hurst's perspective here. He sees this dog, he's got a flashlight out in his hand. I think a handheld flashlight is great right up until this point where he realizes this dog is chewing on my partner. And a couple of things here. I don't know for sure if he has a flashlight on his pistol or not. If he doesn't, every cop needs a light on their pistol, in my opinion. If he does, He needs to know how to drop the flashlight in his hands, put 2 hands on that gun, and then be very cautious because his partner is right here. I think this might have been a case, Mike, where it would have been a better decision to put the gun away and get a baton in one hand and an OC spray in the other. And she's going to take a bite or two, but I'm not going to endanger her life.
Yeah, let me go back for just one moment. If the deputy's on the perimeter, who I did perimeter a whole bunch of times, and I almost without exception would have either a shotgun or an M4 AR pattern rifle. I think a shotgun is a great tool for a perimeter agent or deputy or officer. The reason is, had she had an 870 with some buckshot in it, as much as you hate to have to shoot a dog, this could have been over before it started. So if you're watching this in roll call, take that into consideration. Consider having a shotgun loaded with buckshot on the perimeter somewhere in the event you have to deal with a very aggressive dog like this. This is, I don't know if it's tool fixation or what. I don't know if he was focusing with tunnel vision in on this dog and didn't realize the proximity of his partner. But you have to, as an officer, as a deputy, you have to break your tunnel vision. You have to know what's going on around in proximity to where you're about to shoot, because this was just unacceptable. He needed to put the gun away and move in and do something else. And as we spoke about, John, I'm a big fan of pepper spray in one hand, baton in the other. The reason is, if I accidentally spray my partner in the process of spraying the dog, well, that's gonna suck for 45 minutes, and she might be mad at me or whatever. But at least I didn't shoot her by accident. We had another video from New York City where an officer shot another officer. This can't be a thing that happens. You can't let this happen. You have to be disciplined enough to realize, okay, normally when there's a pit bull in the equation trying to maul somebody, the gun is the right answer, sure. But once your partner is in that kind of proximity, you have to think through it and have the courage to put the gun away and move in on the dog, because this was just as you said, a shambolic ending to this whole thing.
Well, and again, he's got one hand on the gun here, and I would not expect most officers to be able to take this kind of shot. I certainly wouldn't be able would not expect most private citizens. And this is where he broke the shot. This is where the shot breaks. And of course, she happens to roll, things move quickly, and her leg rolls right into the way. And look at how close her head is to that. And most people are going to push low or push low and left if they're right-handers. And Mike, this was an absolute nightmare of a scenario, but she could easily have taken that bullet in the head. And this is why you got to keep thinking, is this the right tool for this moment?
Yeah, weapon-mounted light is a good start, but since the gun wasn't the answer, that shouldn't have mattered that much. You need to realize that it's time to move on to something else. If your partner is close into, I just can't say this enough, if your partner is close into the action like this, wrestling around with a dog, wrestling with another person who maybe even has a gun, you have to have the discipline and the courage to say, no, I can't shoot right now. I know shooting this person or dog would end this quickly, but things are moving too quickly. She's moving around, obviously, understandably trying to fend off this dog. The dog's moving around quickly. There's just no hope of getting an accurate shot. If he had shot the dog, it would have been, if he managed to shoot the dog, it would have been by accident almost, because this thing is too dynamic. Things are moving too quickly. And so weapon-mounted light, yeah, put your gun away, find another answer and move in there. Wrestle the dog if you have to, but you can't shoot in this situation. It's unacceptable.
Final thing here. Your medical kit must be on your person. Officers, hear me. This is ankle medical kits. The one that I use is linked in the description. And again, having your med kit on your person, because somebody's got a gunshot wound in them that you hold dear. And to say, go run back to my car or get some medical kit and bring it over here. If she had actually had an arterial bleed here, she'd have died in the interim for that. And so you've got to have that on your person. You've got to know how to use it. Your department is not going to pay for it. I understand what a crap that is, but you're going to be the one who is going to lose a partner otherwise. And therefore, you have to have it on your person and know how to use it and know how to apply it and know how to make sure that it's okay. And in this kind of austere environment, in this kind of darkness, you absolutely would. Put the tourniquet on prophylactically. You don't even know if she absolutely needs it, but put it on. Make sure that you pull it as tight as possible. She should be complaining about it before you start to tighten the windlass. Then we get the windlass tight. Then we get her to the bright lights and the cold steel. I think that the beginning of this, really excellent police work, really excellent officer friendly. The end of this, oh boy, what a mess. Let's do better and cover our ass.